Hi, it's me again, hopefully for the last time. Maya B. Lurkin, otherwise known as Resident Dumbass of this channel, doing another commentary over my footage that I did not record my microphone for, so excuse me if my voice is a little jarring over the gameplay. But, starting off, I tried to go back to the Grove to sell some things, but, well, Kafrif wasn't having any of that. Well, Vos wasn't having any of that, and he came to see us and laid down his weapons to try to talk to us about allying up with him and, further convincing us that, what's-her-face, the Lich Queen, I've already forgot her name, Valkif's demise, yeah, Valkif. Yeah, Valkif is not a good person. She's not a real goddess. We've already been over this in the last episode. But Rose is just going on about how the prism, otherwise known as the astral prism, is the key for getting rid of Valkif, and, how they're gonna meet us in a freaking brothel in Baldur's Gate. Why a brothel out of all places? I don't know, but I guess that'll be interesting to see once we get there, but this entire interaction is just Lae'zel trying to cope with the fact that her entire life is once again a lie. Which, you have the option to just kill Vos right here, it seems. Well, let Lae'zel kill him. But I decided to just ally with Vos because, well, I think it's kind of interesting besides just what I did with me and my brother's playthrough, so I'll admit I'm a sucker for repeating the same things I do in playthroughs, but regardless, it gave us approval with everyone, so even if I didn't do it for the sake of repetitive actions, I would have done it for the approval rating because, well, I like making people happy. But yeah, then he gives us a psionic detector basically to warn us whenever Valkif's assassins will come to hunt us. So I'm not sure how that will come into play, but I'm sure we'll encounter them soon enough. So moving right along, I decided to swap out Lae'zel in place of Vil again, because that's just... this is the crew right here, with me, Shadowheart, Karlach, and Will. I mainly keep Will around for utility and whatnot, because he has a lot of spells, including Cloak of Daggers, or whatever the spell is called. You know the one, the Spinning Circle of Daggers, which is a very good AoE spell that I like to keep on hand. Now, you may have just saw, I killed the egg lady, because I wasn't going to give away the Githyanki egg, and I tried to go talk to Lae'zel about it and see if she had any dialogue, but she did not. Maybe she would have if I would have had her in my party at that time, but I did not, so... yeah, too bad for me if there was any extra dialogue. And I was about to go to the mountain pass, and I totally remembered, oh yeah, I wanted to go via the Underdark, which is just this random elevator in the Dragar stronghold. So just moving right along, checking my quest, just making sure I have everything done in the Act 1 area, and I pretty much do. I know I missed out on a few quests here and there by being too late because of the Tiefling party changes thing. It's when time finally passes, yada yada yada. But when it comes to all the stuff that I encountered, I'm pretty sure I am quite ready for Act 2. Everyone is level 7, except for... yeah, everyone's level 7 now, so I actually think that's... I feel like that's higher than what it would usually be. Like, I think my brother recommends that... like, he said that people recommend being at least level 6 before going to Act 2, but I'm level 7. Must have been all the goblin purging that I did. And of course, before we even step foot in the Act 2 area, Will is going on and on about how, like, he's the son of a duke, family matters, he was disowned and thrown out of Baldur's Gate, blah blah blah. Of course, I don't know why now he decided to tell me this. It was probably because he was just now recently added to my party again. And oh yeah, if you notice, I changed up his armor, because I dropped by the Grove and buy some new medium armor for him. Or was it light armor? I don't know, it was just new armor they gave him, plus one more in an armor class, because Will is a lot more squishy than Lae'zel, so I don't want him immediately falling over from one little scratch. So. Tried my best to find some good armor for him, even if his herd ain't really matching his outfit anymore, but, well, I value practicality over fashion, so it only bothers me slightly. Now, of course, wandering around here, I saw the map and it said infiltrate Moonrise Towers, and I was like worried, like, what? Is Moonrise Towers, like, right here? Boy, I hope it isn't, because I am not ready to go to Moonrise Towers. I wanted to go to the inn and meet all the people and find Daemon, and, you know, I was just concerned. But here I am just leveling up Shadowheart, and I saw, like, ooh, a lot of funny spells, like, banishment is just, you literally just banish an enemy for 2 turns to the astral plane, which I find so funny when I read the description, because it was just like, nope, be gone. We're gonna send you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Regardless, I lockpicked this chest open, even though I discovered later there was a key just right up the stairs, so that was just waste of 2 lockpick kits. Then, of course, I come across this level 20 wizard, which, of course, if you played this game before, you know exactly who this is, and I can't remember his name right now until he's going to introduce it, but basically, he's very important for Gale's personal story. Well, I guess, Gale's story in general. Elminster, yes. I'm sorry. I have to repeat it a whole couple of times to make sure I'm saying it right. It's a little difficult to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly when it's going at double speed. But yes, Elminster is talking to us. He really likes to ramble. This old man cannot shut up to save his life. But he's just gonna meet us at camp later to discuss Gale with us, so that's a problem in about, like, maybe like 10-15 minutes. Maybe even less, depending on what I cut out here. But, regardless, we are at the entrance to the Shadow-Cursed Lands. No turning back at this point, I think, so ta-da! Well, it's not really a ta-da moment.
The Shadow-Cursed Lands. Makes becoming underdogs in point.
Stand by me if you need to keep warm in this awful
I was actually surprised here, because my character actually moved their lips in the dialogue. Like, of course, you hear their voice talking, like, while you're walking around, but you don't see them actively speaking in the cutscenes. So, knowing from my past experience here with me and my brother, like, last Saturday, I already knew that, like, oh yeah, we need to stick to the light, because if we don't, we are immediately going to get our bowels removed from our body by shadow demons. But now, of course, if you remember from last episode, Shadowheart has the blood of Lathander, the weapon, and it also admits a light radius around her 20 feet, so, you know, it was very good that I gave her that weapon. I even foreshadowed that. Well, I say foreshadow, I kind of just directly said it was going to be useful. But basically, Shadowheart is going to be a necessity around here, and even more so because she's looking for a tipple, because she believes that the shadow curse is not affecting her because Lady Shar loves her, and that, like, you know, she's a special girl and whatnot. And she deserves mommy's praise, or, well, mommy goddess's praise. I don't know. Basically, she's going to be important, and that weapon is going to be very useful for things. So, walking like 10 feet forward across the bridge we come across these Harpers, and one of their dumbass companions walked into the darkness and became basically a zombie. So, now I need to help them, but also fight the shadows at the same time, and, you know, surprisingly, you can just hit a shadow somehow. And, this is rather unfortunate because fighting the shadows, you need them to be in the light in order to see them. But that also means you're not holding your normal weapon. So, I'm just holding a torch. I don't have my hammer out, nor my shield. And look, you can see here I tried to switch to my crossbow and one of the shadows near me just vanished in the thin air. But then I realized I can just attack one in the distance and hold out the torch later so I can continue to see them. Which, the shadows are a little scary, like 13 damage plus the 6 necrotic, or 5, like, it packs on the hurt rather fast. Of course, this battle takes a while because all of these idiots have to go as well. And look, this is when I realized Shadowheart is going to be really useful, because I'm like, what do I do? Do I put down a glyph, or do I just go in swinging? I'm not sure. Let me just try to get that one. Nearly killed that one. Then I walk in, and the Blood of Lathander blinded the shadows, so I guess they count as the undead, or just fiend? I don't know, but basically, Shadowheart's gonna be a literal beacon in the darkness for Act 2, so unless there's any other reason to change up my team, like, say, story-wise, or, I don't know, if we encounter something else with Gale, then maybe the party will change. But as far as I know right now, I have no intention of changing my current party, so. This battle actually went on quite well, and I walked into the Shadow Curse for like 2 seconds, and the game was like, oh, watch out, the Shadow Curse, it inflicts debuffs, oh. But, regardless, this battle went over quite well, and we earned the Harper's trust, and they marked down the location of the, what's it called, the last night inn on our map. So, yeah, I'm just gonna scurry along past the rest of this fight. And here's another moment that I really wish I had my reaction for, so maybe I could have made like a YouTube short out of it. Basically, we walked like 5 feet after the last battle, and we got jumped by a whole bunch of crows. But, they all have 1 health, and I finally got to use the Thunder Wave spell to decimate like 5 of them. That was very satisfying to me, let me tell you. But, yeah, they all have 1 health, and 99% chance to hit them. And even when they did try to attack me, every single attack missed. But killing each one gave me 40 XP, so I'm not ready to do the math right now, but that was like at least 300 XP right there. Well, maybe more like 400. I don't know. It was a lot of crows. But we finally made our way in to the last night inn. Made our way in to the inn. Regardless.
Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Of course they're on edge because, well, why wouldn't you be? You're in a dank Shadowland. Anyone that comes across you, you're gonna be at least somewhat suspicious, but, well, somewhat suspicious is probably a very light way to put it. They are suspicious as fuck against you, because, well, this is how you get greeted the first time. Just this once, in which people would say hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Jaheira. She's like an old
This is why we're here, you see.
legend hero or whatnot. Been around for a while. I'm guessing she's like an elf. Been around for over a century, and she's figuring out that we are a true soul, because, you know, the parasite was reacting all happily, like, oh, it's a true soul. Oh, my family, or whatever it would do.
He's the one who saved us. He's the one who
And she was gonna kill us, but Mole from the Grove came out and helped us. Gave us the clear, the go-ahead, because, you know, we're the one that saved the Grove after all, so I actually do wonder how this would have gone if you didn't save the Grove, or at least failed in it. Probably you would just have to kill the entire village, which also means you would probably have to kill Daemon, which would impact Karlach's story a lot. Which I wouldn't do. Now, of course, right here, we decided to just be honest and show her the artifact and tell her everything we know about it, because, well, she's a woman that can tangle us in vines and probably decapitate us in like 0.2 seconds. So, I'm just gonna, you know, tell her what's going on so she doesn't dismember me.
Then our interests align. We must all cure ourselves.
So here we have Karlak going on and on about Jaheira, about how like she's a legend and she looks up to Jaheira, which is honestly very cute. Karlak rambling about things she likes is very cute, but the main reason I wanted to go to the inn, besides just for, you know, the main story, is because Daemon is here! We can have him repair Karlak's heart, and this is a moment where I'm just really sad that I didn't record my audio because it was my first time seeing this. You got my first time reaction of seeing Karlak all happy and being in a relationship with her. I nearly said in a romance with her, which I guess would have worked, but regardless. The whole point of this is that Daemon has found a way to allow Karlak to touch people again, so that would include me. Well, more importantly, my character. So, I tried to ham it on too by activating the blush toggle on my model because, I'll be honest, I was like squirming in my chair like a little baby. Maybe not a little baby, but you know, I was just excited and like oh, it's gonna happen. I wonder what she's gonna do. I wonder what the options are gonna be, and I'm just sad that that reaction is now lost to time, lost to the air that I am very breathing at this moment. But yes, I have the option to kiss her, so of course I kissed the Karlak. It's very cute how she bends down so she can reach me.
No birds. Can we go to bed now?
Yeah, going to bed now.
There's something I need to tell you.
And that still just got me. I guess the voiceover is still gonna be somewhat accurate to my reaction because you know she says it in such a cute way. But
The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones
yeah, I
inside.
mean, if she wanted to bend down to kiss me, you're also willing to pick me up to kiss me, Karlak.
The
But
minute I set foot back in Avernus,
I even checked my character stats, and for even being so short, my character is 150 pounds, which is
Even in Avernus.
impressive, I
We won't stop
guess.
trying to figure out the
But
cure, but
let me focus on what's actually happening in this game. Basically, Daemon is telling us that Karlak's engine wouldn't be able to survive in the material plane forever, aka the real world, and she would have to go back to Avernus
look after yourself.
if she
alright?
didn't want to burn from the inside out. Now, of course, we don't want that, so me and Karlak agreed we're going to try to find a way to change that. And of course, having a conversation with Karlak and how
turn in. I'd love to take this
it's
whole
how
touch
she
thing for a test
immediately
drive.
wants to turn
I know
into
we have important
bed,
things to do, but we deserve a little sweetness too.
which, spoiler warning, we're not going to be able to do that tonight, because, well, there's just so many people want to talk to us immediately.
Can't wait.
But hopefully, eventually, in one of the other campings, or maybe, oh god, I really hope I didn't miss it. If I missed it somehow, I'm gonna cry. Like, if I have to wait for Act 3 for anything else to happen, I'm just gonna be a sad little crab man. But here I am, just spending time exploring the inn, finding this weird guy mumbling to himself in a catatonic state. I did feel like going over to him to see if I can do anything. Maybe Shadowheart can do something with that, but I was just like, that's for later.
welcome.
Let's go have a drink with Jaheira.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you may have just heard my ankle pop. I have very poppy ankles. They pop all the time. But
Yeah. I mean, it's an honor.
here we have Karlak being cute again,
Drink to your health as well.
blushing all in front of Jaheira. And now we take a sip of this lovely wine. As a dwarf, though, I prefer, you know, a bigger mug instead of just a little cup, but beggars can't be choosers.
I speak from experience. Isn't it about you?
Now, this entire conversation revolves around the fact that Jaheira is trying to make sure we're not immediately going to turn into a mind flayer at her, and, you know, I go for option 2, saying the parasite is trying to change me, and I'm resisting it because I'm not using any of its powers that it's giving me, and I'm not putting more worms in my brain, but she put a herb in the wine to reveal my lie.
If we're to survive, I have no choice
So,
but
you
to trust
know, she's making extra sure that she can trust me, because
Good.
she's going to be planning an assault on Moonrise Towers against the general. Who's the general's names? I forgot. She's about to say it, I'm sure, but
Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling
basically,
we direct them to this ancient
we're going to be
Whisper the man
the
that killed
key
them,
to
all
her
the
plan. Well, one of the secret pieces to his key.
General Ketheric Thorm. Remember
Yeah,
that name.
Ketheric
He's the leader of the
Thorm.
Absolutists.
That's the evil guy we're gonna have to kill. Although he's apparently immortal somehow, or invincible, whatever, which word you want to use. So, we're gonna have to do all of that eventually when we go to Moonrise Towers. And she gives us the instructions to talk to this lady upstairs that worships Shara or something. Basically, there's a girl upstairs that is allowing the safety of the inn to even exist because she casted a moon shield to block out the shadows. So we need to talk to her to continue that quest line, but in this episode we don't do that because there's plenty of other people trying to yap to us about stuff. So we're done talking to Jahira. I also talked to Raphael, trying to go for Mole's soul, which we're not having any of that, of course.
Hey, you.
Of course, I immediately load into the camp and go to talk to Karlach about how it feels good to finally touch people, which would include me. Like, she's so cute. Why did I say it like that?
I was hoping you'd say that.
I get attached to characters so easily. It's a problem of mine, really. I get too attached to
I'm never going
things.
back. If you said I could die right now or live 1,000 years in the hells, I'd choose to go out now.
Let me
with my
kind of
freedom
rephrase
intact.
that. I get too attached
Don't
to
expect anyone to understand
fictional
that. But I think on the hand,
characters
most people
because,
don't have to
like,
contemplate playing.
honestly, by the end of this playthrough, depending on how the relationship goes with Karlach, I may not even have the heart to choose anyone else if I
Thanks,
ever
soldier.
play this game
Your support
again
means
in
I've
my
got
own
one less thing
time.
to worry about.
But,
Means a lot to me. You really are the best.
you know,
of the
just
best. The best.
talking to Karlach about how we're going to try to find another way besides having her return to Avernus. And, you know, I go to end the day hoping and praying that it would be some fun time with Karlach, but no, it's just, well,
Playtime's over, pet.
now we got Missouri here.
Oh, I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
The
What do you
dickheads
want,
start
Missouri?
popping up whenever you
Talk with the attitude and
you
crack up
look.
your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting them out.
Yes, so basically Missouri came to us all
Your
desperate,
planets must be
like,
precious
trying to
time.
pose
Let's
as
see
like,
how
oh,
his
an all
priorities fix.
powerful
All set,
demon,
Section
but,
13.
you
Shall
know,
promise soul refuse obey
surprisingly I have the
I told her
insight
cast the promise
to
into Avernus as a
detect
union.
that, you know, she's
I'll make it
desperate.
simple.
And
Will fail
because
all
I
tests, and she turns
succeeded
to a
in
thick
that
blob of stick and
detection,
sinks to Avernus.
or
Now,
insight or
let
whatever,
go, play fetch, up.
we
You'll
are
spend eternity sizzling
able
in the hells.
to negotiate Will's pact with her,
She cannot afford for Will to fail
so
as
we
much.
can get
There's
Will
nothing
out of the
less
pack
chance
with
to negotiate Will.
Missouri. Of course, Will is like trying to talk to us in our brain. It's like, what the hell are you doing, boy? Like,
What are you doing?
You don't want to do anything with her?
Will relaxes.
But, you know,
Enjoy the
Will
action.
trusts me, so he just let it slide. And so I started negotiating with Missouri about
why should I go
how
letting my
I
favourite
want
pet off
Will
his
to be off of her pact. And, you know, I don't have good intimidation, nor is my history good. I don't even have any performance. But I do have +1 in intimidation, so it's just like, it's my best shot. It's a class 14, which is lower than I expected, but, well, I got a 5 on my first roll. But due to all the inspiration, I was able to roll again and then get a 15, so I was able to intimidate her, be like, well, we could just not do it, and then that demon could just become a Mind Flayer's thrall. So, we actually were able to negotiate the deal, and now, whenever we rescue that demon, we'll be quote-unquote free. Although, of course, there's a couple of problems with that, because as Karlach talks to us, she reveals to us that, like, you know, a devil never loses, the house always wins, so, yeah, sure, we may get Will out of his pact, but Missouri may take something else, because, like, how are we gonna sneakily get away from this? I imagine the solution is just killing Missouri, but, like, that's a devil, and I haven't seen her level. Oh, hey, I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but
You know,
truth be told, she's probably very difficult.
Two souls walking the same
She's
path.
probably a very tough enemy to beat, if you're even able to fight her at all. Now, of course, Astarion's talking to us. We haven't used him since the very beginning. He's still level 2. I have no intention to really use him anyway, but yeah, he's trying to convince us, like, oh, you know, if we take over the Mind Flayer's cult, if we have the power of the parasites, we could wield that power and enact a little bit of world domination and, you know, have some fun with all these powers without all the tentacles and blah 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 and like, oh, I'm an evil vampire and blah. Yeah, if my mocking tone wasn't clear enough, I don't agree with what he's saying, so, you know, despite all the possibilities that could lead to, well, I'm not an evil person. I do have a big heart, I will admit. This doesn't mean I can't be an asshole, both IRL and, you know, in-game, but, like, most often than not, I will feel bad about it afterwards and then apologize and whatnot, but, you know, it's not too exciting if you came here for evil gameplay. I'm not an evil character. And of course, everyone wants to just talk. I was hoping to end the episode by this point, but no, everyone just kept yapping to me. Like, it's an endless yap fest, and now I have to sit here and yap to you because they're just still talking. So much so that, like, honestly, I'm just going to skip forward to more yapping, which is funny because we're in a yap sesh right now, but we're going to go to more yapping. So I finally get done talking to Will and try to head into bed, hoping that I get to have some fun time with Karlach, but no, it's another visit from our dream visitor, which for some reason is wearing that outfit, which I'll be the first to point out right away. And well, when me and my brother got to this part, he pointed it out first, but once the camera changes to get a good look at her, why is her outfit so pointy? You know, pokey. You know, there's two certain things that my model is kind of blocking. But, is it cold in the astral plane? Because it kind of looks like it, to be honest. That's a kind of a thin outfit there. But let me focus on what's actually being said. Basically, she's telling us how we really need to hurry to Moonrise Towers because the order for our transformation has been sent dozens and dozens of times, and well, she's getting very, very tired, and the Absolute is trying its very hardest to find its way to her, so time is of the essence here, so we really need to hurry along, but all of this stuff, and I could have just had a nice night with Karlach. I guess I could have saved the Daemon stuff until after all of this stuff happened, but, well, it is what it is. And of course, finally, at this moment, I think like, I'm free. I can end the episode. Nope. Here's Alminster showing up again, and honestly, for some reason, the game started freezing right here. I guess his beard is so magnificent that it made the game freeze over, but I don't know where Gale came from. He wasn't sleeping anywhere near the campfire, but maybe he was singing the campfire song, you know the one. Let's sing around the campfire and sing the campfire song. R-C-A-M-P-F-E-R. Wait, how does it go? I can't remember. I'm not good at remembering the campfire song, but
the long-awaited question. Now,
basically, Alminster is here to talk to Gale because Missouri... No, not Missouri. Who was it? Oh, God, who's the magic goddess lady? What's her name? Mistra. Yes, Mistra. Mistra has a message for Gale that's being passed along by Alminster, which basically to sum it up, is that Mistra is willing to forgive Gale if Gale sacrifices himself to destroy the Absolute, because I can't even remember if I put it in the previous episode, but basically the orb in Gale's chest, if it wasn't going to get enough magic, it would explode, and not just like a small smoke powder explosion. We're talking like probably nuke level of explosions, so Mistra is instructing Gale to sacrifice himself by blowing himself up on purpose. A sacrifice, a suicide bomb, if you will, so. And Alminster is here to deliver that message and also give Gale the ability to control when the explosion goes off, but also to, stop
Whatever that
the
may be,
orb from eating all
and
of our
yourself
magical
with the
items, which
catalyst that will
he
burn
hasn't
from his
asked
will.
for many magical items recently, so I didn't have to worry about that too
He is
much.
not.
I had plenty of
It seems that Mr.
gloves and boots
Brings
for
me
Gale
no
to
pleasure
eat
saying this, my
to
friend,
absorb the weave
but
in.
such is Mistra's will. Yours must be
But
the
pretty much
sacrifice that will
so,
undo the absolute, and
the
for his
entire
sacrifice,
party
you
is
will
conflicted
be
because,
redeemed. Such is Mistra's
well, you
promise.
just got
The
commanded
Valentine's
by a
sacrifice,
goddess to kill
Here
yourself
bestowed
to
unto thee,
save the
a
world,
charm
pretty
I
much. You're gonna have a few conflicting feelings, and so would Gale, because, again, this is the dumbass that betted a goddess and still wasn't satisfied. No, I am still not over that. Gale, I have nothing against you, man, but I will definitely hold that above your head for as long as you may live. Whether you cut it short
Also
by
might as well together.
self-implosion or die of old age, I will always hold it against you, but regardless of what's gonna happen to Gale, I'm not sure when that would come into play. Like, would that come into play in the astral plane or Moonrise Towers? And I really need to stop popping my ankles while doing this.
Farewell,
This
Elminster.
ain't really a professional
Congratulations.
play-by-play, I'm just talking so everyone understands, but yes. Gale needs to blow himself up to destroy the Absolute. Are we gonna do that? I don't want to. And this is funny, because Karlak was asking if Alminster was Gale's granddad, and, you know, I could have told her the truth about it, but I was just like, yeah, let's say it's its granddad, because that's funny, but then I did actually tell her the truth about the whole bomb in Gale's chest.
What's he going to do?
And of course, Karlak goes off and how, like, these damn wizards, man, they never think of the most simple, obvious option. You know, just killing. They always have to go the roundabout way.
Sacrificing Gale. She's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, you know, gentle terms.
Yeah, Karlak gonna try to tell Gale gently, but yes, this is gonna be the end of the episode here. I was just exhausted at this point because the episode's long enough from all the yapping, so thank you all so much for watching and listening. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for... Oh, I did it again. I popped my ankle. Ah, this is so scuff. Well, bye-bye for now, and I'll record my mic next time.